your boy Zay, and I'm here to explain the main character of the series Kaiju No. 8. He is Kaiju No. 8 himself, Kafka Hibino. Kafka Hibino, the 32-year-old who wants to be an officer in the Japanese Defense Force team that eliminates kaijus, finally accomplished his dream at long last. At first, he spent years trying to be an officer in the Japanese Defense Force team, but failed countless times. He wanted to be a Japanese Defense Force member, but not only because he wants to eliminate kaijus, but also to protect those he couldn't when he was weak. Along with the fact that he had a promise with his childhood friend Mina Ashiro, who had made it to the JDF, became a Defense Force captain of her own division, which is the 3rd Division, and she left him behind. When he started to be in his 30s, they declined all offers of him trying to apply to become a member because it's age restricted, it's an age limit, and spent his years working as a monster sweeper, who are people that cleans the monster of dead kaijus after the Defense Force team is done eliminating them, protecting the city. Until a young man named Lino Ichikawa, who worked with Kafka as a rookie monster sweeper, and told Kafka that they are now accepting offers to join the Defense Force team and they've increased the age limit to 33. Lino tells Kafka that he shouldn't end his dream and keep going. And what does Kafka do? He accepts it. And because he still wants to stand by his childhood friend's side, Mina Ashiro, he does it. Unfortunately, at the exact moment they get attacked by a kaiju after beast. But they weren't in critical condition to the point they can't apply for the Japanese Defense Force team. Kafka is in the hospital, then suddenly an insect-looking kaiju says to him, "I found you," crawls into his mouth, and suddenly Kafka becomes a Dai Kaiju. Becoming a Dai Kaiju, he has freakish strength, insane agility, and has the power to literally one-shot an entire kaiju. And now that he has this power, he starts to doubt himself, to believe that he can't make it in the Japanese Defense Force team because of his current state. Along with, if it is found out by the JDF, the Japanese Defense Force team, that he's a kaiju, then he'd be eliminated without hesitation. But that doesn't stop him at all. He remembered that he has a goal to accomplish, a promise to keep, which is to stand by Mina's side. He won't let this situation slow him down, and he starts to get moving so he can stand at her side. Kafka, now, he is accepted as a JDF member along with Ichikawa. Kafka has a very childlike personality, if I say so myself. You can say he's a grown man that's like a kid, a big baby basically. He's truly funny, I tell you. He's not one to give up so easily either, but he is a realist. He will accept a situation for what it is and deal with it, what's to come with it. He's not arrogant nor naive as well. He's so caring and he's really protective. He joined the JDF as Kaiju No. 8. Even though he knows if the JDF find out he's Kaiju No. 8, he'll be eradicated. When there's a kaiju that's extremely strong around, he goes missing. He transforms as Kaiju 8 and deals with the kaiju that are against them as soon as possible, before anyone of the JDF members can see him. That's his caring and protective side. It kind of reminds me of not even Super. Yeah, you can honestly say Superman, but my honest answer would have been Spider-Man too. Superman and Spider-Man, when they don't want no one to know who they are or whatever, they go into hiding and honestly do what they have to do. When he doesn't transform into Kaiju 8, he relies on his intelligence on the kaiju's body. It all comes from the years of him being a monster sweeper, knowing the kaiju's bodies inside and out, knowing where the core of the kaiju is, their weak spots, and etc. Remember when I said he's a realist, caring and protecting? The Japanese Defense Force, along with him, were fighting a kaiju named Kaiju No. 10. number 10 got defeated, but became this huge kaiju bomb ready to explode and eliminate the entire city. Basically like how Cell grew into this big cell bomb ready to destroy the entire planet, right? You know, the captains couldn't do anything. It's as if all was lost until Kafka transformed into Kaiju 8 in front of all of them. Everyone was in shock. His childhood friend Mina was as well. He knew what the cons would be if they found out, but Kafka wasn't just gonna let them die. He powers up to the max and launches the kaiju bomb into the air with one shot, saving everyone. He got taken into custody, and him being a realist accepted his fate. But he has a chance to redeem himself and not be liked as Kaiju 8, but to be liked as himself. He proves it by fighting the top rank of the whole Japanese Defense Force team, Isayoi Shinomiya. He proved himself and joined the first division of the Japanese Defense Force team by fighting Isayoi Shinomiya. His first mission with the first division, he couldn't transform as Kaiju 8. But it's not because he doesn't know how to use his power, but it's more like he was too scared and afraid that he wouldn't be able to control himself like he did against Isayoi when he transformed in their battle, when he had to prove himself to become a kaiju, right? He was scared that he'd kill everyone again. You know, when he lost control against Isayoi, he couldn't control himself. The kaiju that crawled in his mouth took over. He's scared that that might happen again, but Kikuro Shinomiya, the daughter of the first division captain, the top rank I meant to say, had to tell him that the JDF aren't lousy jokes and that they're strong. Kafka regrets being afraid, and the fact that he thought he could beat such people that are strong, he was like, wow, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Then let me do what I gotta do, and if I go control, I know that you guys can take me out for a fact, without a doubt. He finally transformed and complete the first mission. Way to go, Kafka. He accepts the fact that he is Kaiju 8, that he is a monster, but a monster with a different meaning. A monster that isn't scary, but a monster that can protect. He might not be as strong as them, the captains and the other officers and the Japanese Defense Force team. He knows it's frustrating. He knows how frustrating it is and how much of a liability how much of a liability he is, because he doesn't, you know, have his own abilities and his own strength like the Japanese Defense Force team. He is a monster. He admits that. He accepts that. And he will continue to transform into Kaiju number 8 because he is a monster that is an officer of the Japanese Defense Force team. Kaiju number 8, Kafka Hibino. Well, that was my explanation on Kafka Hibino. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed him as a character. See that wow, Kafka must be a really awesome guy. Even the author himself, he wants Kafka to be that guy that, you know, when you look at Kafka, he wants Kafka to be that guy that, yeah, once he's here, everything will be all right. He says he dreams that Kafka can be that guy, and honestly speaking, Kafka is that guy that every time he shows up, everything is all right. Everything will be, you know, settled. Everything will be in accord, you know. And and I might say the author is doing a really good job by showing that. Yeah, he is. Hope you enjoyed this, man. My name is Eustace, and trust me, I'll keep talking about Kaiju 8. I love this story, man. I have a great passion for it. It's me, Eustace. I'm out.